Jupiter is going into the sign of Cancer from June 10th of 2025 all the way until June 30th of 2026, bringing in emotional awareness, comfort, and security to us. Emotional intelligence, so the focus will be on friends, family, relationships, our home life. What makes us feel secure? Jupiter is exalted in the sign of Cancer, giving us its highest results. So we're going to see a lot of good things happening in the area of your chart where you have the sign of Cancer. The last time Jupiter went into Cancer was June 25th of 2013, so half of 2013, half of 2014, if you want to look back at what was happening in your life. If Jupiter is transiting over one of your personal planets, this is an extra lucky year for you. More optimism, more happiness coming into your life. Jupiter is expanding, multiplying opportunities in the area of life where you have the sign of Cancer. It's opening up new doors for us, new opportunities, and we just have to take them. Now, the first 2 months in June and July, Jupiter will be squaring off with Neptune and Saturn, so there can be more tension and more challenges, maybe having to give something up, streamline whatever it is that we are doing. But overall, this is a very, very lucky transit for all of us. Jupiter in Cancer wants us to go within, go with our gut, go with our intuition. This is a time this year where you want to look inside for the answers. Don't look outside. Don't ask other people. You have the answers. It's highlighting really emotional intelligence, building up our family relationships. If you find these videos helpful, hit the like button, comment down below, subscribe. I will have all the signs time-stamped down below. Aries, so Jupiter was expanding your third house of self-effort, skill set, relationships with siblings, your community, and now it is going to be going into your fourth house. And Jupiter is expansion, new opportunities, new doors opening up for you. It is exalted in the sign of Cancer, so it is really going to give you fantastic results, brand new beginnings when it comes to your fourth house. And that is family, family relationships, your security, your inner world, your happiness, your home, where you live, your vehicles. So over the next year, you can have an opportunity to maybe even buy a vehicle, move, get a better place, a bigger place, move in with somebody, welcome a new baby into your life, a new pet, redecorate your home, bring in new furniture, new decor. But you're also going to feel a sense of happiness, a sense of security within yourself, so more confidence. Fourth house is also the house of conveniences. So anything such as a car, a boat, anything like that is also included in that. So a lot of times we are upgrading everything around us in our surroundings. Benefits coming from real estate, furnishing your home, expanding your home. This is also a time where you're going to want to socialize more within your home. Invite people over. Make your surroundings more zen-like. Maybe even expand your family through children, through grandchildren, through more people coming over, hosting parties. The fourth house is also the house of the mother, and this is a time where there is new beginnings in your mother's life. Maybe her life is expanding in some way. Her career is expanding in some way. Jupiter, while it transits the fourth house and is in the sign of Cancer, Aries, is really asking you to always go within. When you have questions, when you're seeking for something, always go within. You have the answers, so don't go to other people. It is you. You know what to do. Jupiter for you, Aries, rules over the 12th house of losses, your subconscious mind, your 9th house of religion, philosophy, education. And it's all going into the fourth house. You're teaching, you're writing within the home. You could be involving yourself in more spiritual practices within the home. The 12th house deals with our expenses. So this can actually mean that you have higher expenses on account of the home, what you are doing with the home, buying a vehicle. This can also mean that you will let go of something to gain something. So a lot of times when we are moving, we have to let go of our old place or old home or old vehicle when we're buying a new one. So it can feel like you are expanding your life, you're moving on to something better, but you're still losing something. You're leaving something behind. And it can feel like that for a lot of you, like you have to make that choice in order to be somewhere better. Overall, all the blessings and new beginnings are going into your fourth house of home, family, where you live, your surroundings. I hope this was helpful, Aries. Taurus, Jupiter was previously expanding your possessions, your bank account, and now it is going into the third house where your skill sets can be expanded upon. A lot of benefits can come to you now through social media, through your siblings, through your neighbors, your neighborhood, your associates, connecting with other people. And this is a time where you can gain new skill sets or expand upon the skill sets that you already have. You can also buy yourself new computers, new cell phones, new software needed to do the job, such as cameras, microphones, if you are into any of that. Or even if you play piano, you could buy a new piano. You can actually gain a lot more knowledge, and it could come to you through just engaging with people. This is also a time where there could be expansion and new beginnings in the life of your siblings. Your day-to-day life, your community, where you hang out, and all of that can be expanding. So you may be visiting more places. You may find new restaurants in your town that you really like, you really enjoy. The third house is also us going on trips and even little small day trips within our town. So you may have more opportunities to travel, more opportunities to go out, get out of the house and start doing things. And this is also where you're going to just take the initiative to start learning something, to start communicating more, engaging more with other people. You may even find yourself more and more on social media, just chit-chatting with everybody, and even starting a YouTube channel, on Instagram, a TikTok. Build yourself a website. Jupiter will be opening up all the doors for you to get out and mingle with others, as well as learn new skills and initiate self-promotion. So if you own a business, you are on social media, you can find new and interesting ways to promote yourself. Get yourself out there, get your name out there. Jupiter for you, Taurus, rules over the 11th house of groups, friendships, associates, the rewards that you get through the jobs that you have done, the attention, the recognition, and the 8th house of transformation and joint finances. So this can be a complete transformation of skill sets for some of you. Maybe you are completely forgoing what and how you used to do things and changing it up in a dramatic way. The skills you are learning now can significantly change your finances, but this can also mean that maybe you're dabbling a little bit in the metaphysical, maybe learning about tarot, astrology, numerology, because that is what the 8th house represents, or maybe psychology, and maybe you and certain friends are taking classes together. The skills that you are learning right now can also lead to more rewards in life, more recognition for your work. You can actually attract a lot of attention from your friends, from certain groups on the work that you are doing, the work that you are providing. You may be even joining a lot of people online in communities. Maybe you're just chit-chatting away, learning a new skill with certain people online, certain groups. You're going to find a social network, a social circle that is just right for you. Even maybe meet people that can help you, point you in the right direction of what it is that you need, what it is that you need to learn. I hope that this was helpful, Taurus. Gemini, Jupiter is stepping into Cancer, a sign where it is exalted, giving you a very good results in your second house. Jupiter is just now leaving your first house, where you could have maybe even gained a little bit of weight. That can happen sometimes, but it really was expanding on your self-confidence, your self-esteem, your growth as an individual. And now it will be expanding your possessions, your bank account, your family connections. You start having more self-confidence. More self-confidence equals better self-worth. And when we feel worthy, we start making more money. This is also a time where you may buy yourself possessions that you have always wanted, because you're going to have the extra cash to maybe spend money on things that you find valuable, things that you cherish. More support from family members can come to you during this time. Support from your partner, from your spouse, from the public, from your bosses, from your colleague. This is also where you can indulge in your senses more. Jupiter is expansive, so it could expand your taste palette. You can be trying out new food, going out to eat a little bit more, and shift your eating habits and start eating better, start eating healthier foods. The second house is the teeth, so you may be actually even fixing your teeth, fixing your smile, buying some makeup, jewelry, and perfume, clothing, accessories. All these things will also add to your self-worth, your self-esteem. More income will come to you you, whether it be through a side hustle, turning a skill into a job, a promotion, finding a better job, through a partner, even through a spouse and family members even supporting you, because the second house is family after all, and you can see a lot more support from really close friends and close family members. So Gemini, it is a fantastic time to start a business, ask for a promotion, go after that job that you've always wanted to, maybe even change jobs and careers if you need to. Jupiter here will also expand your self-worth, self-esteem. So if you haven't been feeling really great about yourself, if you feel unworthy, Jupiter here can help you see why and how you are worthy. And it will give you the confidence to really go after whatever it is that you want. It is a really fantastic transit, especially for money, for possessions, for bettering all of our connections when it comes to work, when it comes to the public and friends and family. The second house is also our speech, and right now you can really benefit from positive affirmations, positive mantras. Jupiter will help you be more positive and therefore speak more positive into the world and to yourself. Gemini, for you, Jupiter rules the 10th house of career and public image, and it's going into the second house, meaning through career promotion, business success, getting a new job, maybe starting something of your own, you are going to have more money. You're going to make more money. More doors are opening up for you in the career sector for you to gain more money, and thus giving you more self-confidence, being able to show your leadership skills a little bit more. Recognition for the contribution that you are providing in your company can lead you to gain more money. Step into a more powerful role at work. Jupiter also rules your 7th house of relationships. And this means that more money could be coming to you through a partner. You could actually even be spending more money on your partner. Now, for some of you, it could even mean a divorce settlement, alimony, things like that. Benefiting through business associates, joining new business partners, business associates will help you to earn more money, get more recognition from the public. The public, your colleagues, your bosses will see your value. This is also really fantastic for sales, because if you work with the public, you do sales, this is going to really expand your reach so much more. So it's important to remember that while Jupiter is very expansive and opening up new doors for you in the area of finances, that the second house is also what we spend money on, what we cherish, what we value. So when more money is coming to you, you have more money in your pocket. Jupiter sometimes wants to be very extravagant, and therefore you may actually spend more money. Expanding your bills even, because you might be getting this, getting that, treating people in your life, maybe to going out to dinner, paying for things, so you can actually spend more money. So it's really great if you can find a balance. Overall, this is a fantastic transit for finances, for expanding your self-worth, gaining and acquiring new possessions that you really value. I hope that this was helpful, Gemini. Cancer, Jupiter is now entering your first house, your rising sign, and this is going to glow up your whole life, your whole outlook. You will be more optimistic. You will attract more optimistic and powerful people into your life. And this is about individual growth. You are growing as a person, expanding your social circle, expanding your worldviews. You can look back in your life and see the Jupiter in Cancer dates, because this is the sign of exaltation. It went into Cancer July 30th, 1989. July 12th, 2001, and June 25th of 2013. So look back on those years. How was your world expanding? What were you doing? Because Jupiter in Cancer is fantastic. So you can experience a lot of the same things. It's a lot of growth, new opportunity. It's a time to really use it, seize the moment, especially if you are a Cancer rising. If you have personal planets in the sign of Cancer, all the better, because whatever that planet represents, Jupiter is expanding that area for you. If it is Venus, it's romance, relationships, money. If it's Moon, your mother's life could be actually taking off in a positive way, and it's your family, your relationships, your home life, moving, expanding your home, expanding your family. If it's Jupiter, you can actually find a new life partner for you, marriage, relationships even. And for those of you who do really have Jupiter in Cancer, this is an extra lucky year because that will be a Jupiter return. So growth and expansion in every area of your life, and also finding something that brings you a lot of meaning. If it's Sun, your father's life could be improving a lot, and this also means your health can be improving, more vitality, more energy, more visibility within your career success. This is also going to help out your relationships, meeting new people, your home life, family interactions, and your career and your social standing. You might want to change your look, your style. You will be feeling more excited about life. Jupiter brings a sense of optimism to us, so you will notice this transit. You will notice that you are just more joyful about life in your everyday interactions. You're even going to be speaking in a more optimistic, positive way to yourself, to others. And now it's your time to shine. People will notice you, you will get more attention, and you will just feel good. Jupiter can lead to extravagance, eating a lot, shopping a lot, really overdoing things. Jupiter can scatter our energies, opening up a lot of doors and opportunities all at one time. So it is really great if you can focus on the goal, what you really want. Cancer, for you, Jupiter rules over the 9th house of philosophy, higher education, travel, learning, publishing, and this is a time where you can benefit from learning a new skill, from traveling, from teaching, from publishing your work, from watching books and documentaries that help you further expand your worldviews, your philosophy on life, how you want to live life, maybe even exploring completely different ideals, traveling, speaking to people from different walks of life, winning a settlement, winning a court case, going back to school, attaining more credentials. The 9th house is the house of luck, so you will start feeling luckier. It also rules over your 6th house of daily habits, work, your health, competition. Normally, when Jupiter is traveling the 1st house, it can add weight gain, but because it rules your 6th house of health, for you, Cancer, this can actually be you literally wanting to change your diet, change your eating habits, start working out, start getting healthier, and really implementing this in your daily life, your daily habits, making it a priority. This can also have a positive effect on your health, where you can actually take any issues that you've been having and find a way to heal. Maybe even find the right doctors, the right people to go to, the right advice that you need for your health. It can help you win over the competition, your competitors. And the 6th house is work. So if you are looking for work, you want to find a new job, you want to maybe start a different career, this is the time where you can do that. And even colleagues, the people that you work with, might even point you in the right direction, maybe a different career, a different work path, if you really want that. I hope that this was helpful for you, Cancer. Leo, Jupiter just got done transiting your 11th house, where you should have been reaping rewards, making new connections, new friendships, and now it's settling into the 12th house for a full year, where it is more about your spiritual evolution, your mental health, your private life. You could be getting involved in charitable causes, donating to charities, maybe finding causes that are truly meaningful to you. The 12th house is the house of losses. It's the house of our expenditures. And this is a year where you could spend more money, have an increase in your expenses. And a lot of it can be just for things that you enjoy, things that you find fun, for traveling. After Jupiter transited your 10th house, your 11th house, those are very busy houses. So now you want to retreat away and focus more on your private life. Learning spiritual knowledge, this is an excellent time to travel for some of you who can travel, maybe take a nice vacation. It's about pampering yourself, but also pampering your soul. Over the next year, a lot of great creative ideas could come to you through dreams. You may even have premonitions. Jupiter in the 12th is like a guardian angel. It could protect you from whatever is going on around you and kind of in a way let you know if anyone in your life is not there for the right reasons. This can be exposed to you. 12th house is the house of gossip. It's the house of enemies. And with Jupiter's protection here, it will protect you from this and reveal anybody's negative motives to you. It will just also protect your reputation. Art, music, theater, creativity may all really be beneficial right now. It's about introspection, meditation, healing from the past. It's about spiritual growth. You may also be in contact with people that come from foreign lands, so foreigners, even relationship with foreigners, friendship with foreigners. It's a great time to clear your space, your house of things that you no longer want, you no longer use. Leo, for you, Jupiter is ruling over the 8th house of joint finances, metaphysical subjects. This is our karmic patterns as well. It's the house of secrets. It's the house of scandal. It's the house of intimacy and the house of transformation. And it also rules over your 5th house of children, romance, creativity, fun, hobbies. And for you, this can be a year where you invest your money into long-term investments. You completely shift your bad habits. You finally realize what you do to self-sabotage, and you completely turn that around. And you can even really get into metaphysical studies, tarot, astrology, numerology, feng shui, any kind of psychological studies that help you understand the psyche, the human mind. You can take intimacy to another level. On another note, though, this can make things come to the forefront. So if there's been secrets you've been holding on to, things from the past you've been holding on to, you can finally release this through therapy or even just on your own while you are studying, or maybe finally realizing things. You can finally release the past. Now, this could also reveal secrets about a partner, a spouse, a business partner that maybe you were not aware of, or maybe someone close to you has been keeping secrets from you. These can be exposed. And since it's ruling over your 5th house of love, romance, creativity, there could be a romance started in private for some of you. Something you're not really telling anybody about. This can also mean there could be extra expenses where children are concerned. Maybe you are spending money on your children's education, or just kind of spending more money on your children. You could also be spending more money on creative hobbies. You can actually find creative hobbies that you love to do in private that are just for you. You may also find a lot of joy behind the scenes, actually just spending time with yourself, enjoying your own hobbies. For some Leos, this can even mean that your children are moving, maybe going off to college. Also, if you've had any hang-ups about romantic relationships, about ex-partners, this is a time where you may finally come to an understanding of all of this and let all of that go. Release that. The 12th house is also the house of charities, and you may find yourself more interested in giving. And this giving is something that's actually going to make more gifts and benefits come to you as Jupiter goes into your 1st house. So it's kind of you giving back and later really receiving. It's kind of how it all goes around. So this is really a fantastic year to be generous with those that are close to you, with those that you love. I hope you found this helpful, Leo. Virgo, Jupiter going into the sign of Cancer, the sign of exaltation for Jupiter is fantastic news because it's landing in your 11th house of groups, friendships, organizations, rewards, popularity, reaping the benefits, seeing the rewards, seeing the love. The 11th house is the love that we receive from other people, and it's a year where you can make new friends, new contacts, attain a bigger following, especially if you own a business, you're on social media, you depend on the public really viewing your stuff, viewing you. It's the house of hopes and wishes, so some of your hopes and wishes may be attained. You may actually see things that you've always wanted come to you easily this year. If you have planets in the sign of Cancer, all the better. If you have moon in the sign of Cancer, it means a move, more harmony in your personal relationships. It could even mean luck for your mother and just feeling happy and lucky. If it's sun, it is improved health, improved vitality, more career success. If it's Jupiter, it's your Jupiter return, and therefore it's an exceptionally lucky year for you. And you may even meet that special person that you may even marry, fall in love with. If it's Venus, it's more money, more opportunities to find love, and just really happiness within relationships. The last time we had Jupiter transit Cancer was 2013 and half of 2014, or you could look back to 2001, early 2002, 1989, early 1990. So if you want to look back and see what was happening in your life back then, over the coming year, you may be introduced to influential friends, influential people that can help you achieve your goals. You may also start making a lot more money this year. Career advancement. You may meet a lot of like-minded people, people who can become great friends of yours, join communities, groups with like-minded people. You can gain support from an older sibling, from the friends that you have. People will just want to help you. They want to help you reach your goals. The 11th house is groups of people, so you can actually find a lot of charitable causes that you want to be a part of. But in a nutshell, Virgo, this is a year for rewards. Some of your big wishes and dreams coming true. Prosperity, getting noticed, getting out and socializing with people, mingling with people, and meeting a lot of new friends. So it is supposed to be a very social year for you, Virgo. And say you are a Virgo, just stuck, you don't know exactly where you want to go in life, what you want to pursue, then this is the perfect year, because as Saturn transits the 8th house, so many times I see it's a career change, a career shift, a pivot, maybe a totally new, different line of work. And when Jupiter is going through the 11th house, it is a time to gain rewards and be introduced to people who may actually change your life, to help you. Followers increasing, people coming to you, getting noticed. You will get noticed. And so this is a time, if you want to start a new career, go out on your own, maybe get on social media, anything like that, do it. Jupiter will be opening up a lot of doors for you. It's just up to you to take the leap and go for it. The 11th house is also the group mentality. So you're going to be able to sense exactly what it is that everybody wants before they want it. Your ideas could become very, very popular. When Jupiter is in the sign of Cancer, it asks us to trust in our own intuition. So you really do know, you have the guidance within you. So this is really great if you are a business owner, if you're on social media, if you're an influencer. Not to mention, in July, you have Uranus going into your 10th house, which will also shake up your career sector. And Pluto transiting through the 6th is asking you to completely overhaul and completely change your schedule. So maybe if you haven't been working a lot, it's like it's time to get to work. Or if you've been overworking, time to streamline your day so that you can create better things, more quality work over quantity. So there is a change and a shift in your daily schedule you will have to make as Pluto is going through your 6th house. June and July, Saturn and Neptune will be squaring off with Jupiter, which might force you to make a choice. Let go of things that are no longer working. Let go of limiting beliefs, negative karmic family patterns, bad habits, or it can be even a group that you belong to, certain friends. Maybe let go of financial help that you've been getting from other people. And of course, it just might mean that you need to really focus on your hopes and dreams. You focus on the end goal, because a lot of times with Jupiter, the only downside is that we are focusing our energies in too many different directions, not giving one the proper care it needs. So for the next 2 months, when it comes to your goals, it might be wise to really focus, hone in on that one thing that you really truly want. For you, Jupiter rules over the 4th house of home, family, mother, security. You may find that you have great gains through real estate, through your family, through your home, through the support of family. This is also a time where you can move. Your move can actually really benefit you financially. Financial benefits coming from the mother, or even the mother introducing you to the right people. Your mother can have a positive transformation in her finances as well, and you can actually really have a huge transformation when it comes to your home, maybe redecorating the whole thing, reorganizing your home life, completely changing where you live, maybe even moving somewhere completely different that you never thought you would. And through a move, for some of you, you can meet people that are more aligned with you. Meet a completely different circle of friends. Jupiter is also ruling over your 7th house of romantic relationships. This is also business partnerships, contracts, and this can be a time where you are introduced to people who help you reach your goals. And there could even be business contracts involved in this. You can actually be partnering up with people. You can benefit from the public. You may even have a lot more support from a spouse or partner to help you reach your goals. You can even join a charity, a cause, a club with a partner or a spouse. This is also kind of great if you are in sales, because if you are in sales, you can gain a lot more clients, a lot more people coming to you. They realize and see your value. You can be expanding in business. This is also a time where you maybe even meet a romantic partner, or a spouse through a friend group, through a club, through joining groups and friends on outings. Just when you're out and about having a good time, you can actually attract a partner into your life. Or maybe you meet them at a gathering, you're introduced to them by the people that you are just hanging out with, mingling with. Overall, Virgo, this is a fantastic transit for gains, for recognition, for friendships, for aligning with people who are just like you, for rewards, and for making more money, for being more visibly seen. I hope that this was helpful, Virgo. Libra, Jupiter moving into the sign of Cancer for a year means that it is in your 10th house of career and public image. And Jupiter exalted in the sign of Cancer is going to give you fantastic results when it comes to work, career, being visibly seen. So it's time to seize the opportunity and really go after your career ambitions. The last time that Jupiter was in Cancer in your 10th house was June 25th of 2013 is when it first went in. And even 2001, 1989. So if you want to look back and see what was happening in your life, especially career-wise during those years, because a lot of the same themes can be playing out. Of course, you're at a different stage in life, but this is really signaling promotion, getting a better job, starting a business, becoming more visibly seen. If you have a business, more clients coming to you, people recognizing your hard efforts, gaining support from people of authority, bosses, colleagues. They may even help you reach your financial goals. A new title at work. This is really fantastic. If you want to be seen, you want to be noticed, you want to start a business, you want more people to acknowledge you. So your status to the outside world is increasing. This is going to increase your confidence. You're going to make new contacts, especially when it comes to business. Basically, Libra, you're going to start making more money and you're just going to stand out, especially in your profession. Within your chosen field, you will stand out to people. So this is really a fantastic transit, and Jupiter in the sign of Cancer really does give excellent results. The only negative and downside with Jupiter is scattered energy. Jupiter will open up a lot of doors for you, give you a lot of opportunities, but sometimes we want to do something here, something here, something here. And instead of staying focused and really dedicated to one area, we put our energy into 2 or 3 places and not see the results we wanted. So really, really think of what you want, especially when it comes to your career, your public image, and put your efforts into that, and Jupiter will really help you get acknowledged. With Saturn transiting your 7th house, this is also a business house. This means that you guys could be making huge headway in your career. But for the first 2 months in June and July, Saturn will square Jupiter, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. You might have to do away with all distractions and really, really stay focused when it comes to your career so you can see these beautiful benefits. Pluto transiting your 5th house is asking you to showcase your creativity. It's going to be trining Neptune in your 7th house. That's also wanting you to get creative with your work. A lot of Libra risings can actually start their own creative business. If you have personal planets in the sign of Cancer, all the better, because Jupiter will also be increasing the opportunities of whatever those planets mean in your chart. If it's Sun, career, public image, health. If it's Moon, it's family relationships, your home life, maybe even a move, buying a home. If it's Venus, it's increased money, increased opportunity to find a romantic partner. Libra, for you, Jupiter rules the 3rd house of communication, siblings, your neighborhood, your self-effort, your skills, and your 6th house of health, work, routine. So as your 3rd house ruler is now transiting your 10th house, this could mean that maybe you are working on something with a sibling, a close friend. It's a time where you may need to actually update your skills for the job, for a promotion that you have taken, for a business that you are maybe starting. And this can also indicate that there could be travel for work or for studying something, for having to learn something at work. And you're also going to be taking the initiative to either get a promotion, get yourself a new job, start your own business, promote yourself on social media, promote your business on social media. With the 6th house ruler going into the 10th, this can mean that Maybe there is some falling out with employees. Your colleagues may change. For some of you who own a business, this might be a time where you need to hire new employees, new people to help you expand your business. And for some of you, this can even mean that people at work are making you mad, pissing you off, and you're like, nope, I'm going off on my own. This can be what propels you to go off on your own, go search for a new job, a better job. This can also mean that you gain a new job, a new position, or maybe whatever you are working on makes you change your routine. Your whole daily routine can be changing because of your career. It can also mean that you are going head to head with some competition, either for a job or you've got some competition in your job, in your chosen field. Great new career opportunities are coming your way this coming year. I hope that you found this helpful, Libra. Scorpio, Jupiter going into Cancer for a whole year. It is the sign of its exaltation, and it will bring you fantastic results. And for you, it's going into your 9th house of travel, philosophy, learning, education, publishing. The last time Jupiter was in Cancer was 2013 and half of 2014, or 2001 and half of 2002, 1989 and half of 1990. If you want to look back and see what was going on then, because it is going into the exact same spot as those years. And now it is going to be expanding for you your education, getting better credentials, going back to school, maybe taking beautiful trips that actually open you up to a new way of living, new belief systems. You can meet a new spiritual teacher that opens up a lot of doors for you now. And this could be someone you really look up to. Through documentaries, through books, your mind will travel and open you up to new ideas, new ways of thinking, new philosophies. If you've been involved in any court cases, this is also a really good sign that things can finally go your way. Things will go your way. If you want to teach, you want to publish your work, and this even includes publishing your work onto social media, this is fantastic. It will open you up to a lot of new creative ideas. If you have a chance to travel abroad or take any small trips, do it, because Jupiter is going to make your travels feel like it's a lucky getaway. Jupiter transiting your 9th will be trining your sign, Scorpio, so you can actually feel like you are happier. You are aligning to your mission, aligning to your goals. But a lot of the new education coming to you, whether it is through regular schooling, small coursework, or just books, new mentors, is really going to open you up and make you a lot happier. You can find new educational paths that not only increase your skill set, but really increase your self-worth, your self-confidence. So this is a fantastic transit. A lot of luck is coming your way. Even luck with passports, visa, immigration, buying property or something of value overseas. And this is also an excellent year to really immerse yourself in different cultures through music, through study, through food. And the other part to this is that Jupiter is ruling over 2 houses in your birth chart. And for you, Scorpio, this is the 2nd house of self-worth, self-esteem, possessions, your speech, and the money that you make. And the 5th house of romance, creativity, children, and having fun. So with your 2nd house ruler going into the 9th, this means that you can learn new skill sets that will help you make more money. You can start a business, maybe even publish your work, start teaching, and this will increase your income. This can also mean that money is coming to you through a court case, a settlement, through publishing a book, teaching a course, publishing your creativity online. 5th house going into the 9th can mean that you can meet a romantic partner on your travels, going abroad, or a new romantic partner can pop up in your life and he or she is from a completely different background. You may meet a romantic partner while in school, while going to college, while taking classes. Your children could be going off to college, or you and your children could really be doing some travels, taking long distance trips, short distance trips, having a lot of fun together, as well as maybe taking some classes together. This can also mean that you can win a settlement when it comes to custody or child support through the courts, or that you start a creative venture and you start making it a business. You publish your work, you put it out there into the universe, and it helps make you money, and it brings you a lot of happiness. The 5th house is happiness. The 9th house is really the highest happiness, how we travel through our mind, what really gets us going, what belief systems we have. So these are 2 luck houses and they're coming together. So this is a very powerful transit for you guys. You can feel more lucky and you can align with people who will make you feel even luckier. New expansion of the mind, gaining new skills, starting to make more money. And this is really fantastic because the following year, Jupiter will go into your 10th house, and these skills, the little things that you are picking up right now, is the very foundation that later will let you shine in your career, shine in the eye of the public. So it's a really, really lucky transit. I hope that this was helpful, Scorpio. Sagittarius, Jupiter is going into the sign of Cancer, and it will be in there for a full year until June 30th of next year. For you, this is the 8th house of other people's money, finances. It's the house of transformation. Jupiter in the sign of Cancer really does give fantastic results. So you are completely transforming your life, your financial situation in a really good way. The last time that Jupiter was in the sign of Cancer was half of 2013 and half of 2014, half of 2001 and half of 2002, and half of 1989 and half of 1990. So look back on those years and see what kind of things you were doing. This is when your partner or spouse may start making more money. You can actually gain money through partnering up with people, business partners, make money through the stock market, even winning some money. Inheritances can be coming your way. Maybe even marriage for some of you, joining your forces together, joining finances together with somebody else. If you are in need of a business loan, a personal loan, Jupiter transiting here will make that easy. You can easily find financing through institutions for whatever it is that you need. Jupiter is not just expansion, but it basically multiplies everything. So you could even have multiple intimate partners if you so choose to. You could have more intimacy with a partner or a spouse. Pregnancy, becoming a parent. You may even benefit from metaphysical subjects, or if this is your line of work, a lot more clients could be coming to you. Jupiter is the planet of wisdom and abundance. So you can be offering people a lot of wisdom. You may also be introduced to people that can give you a lot of wisdom when it comes to money, finances, how to grow your income. This is also a time where you can easily let go of past traumas, family hurts, family karma. Jupiter will just point you in the right direction. 8th house is also the house of secrets and scandals. So there may be secrets or things you are unaware of that are finally revealed to you, but it is Jupiter. So it's going to have a healing effect on you. This Jupiter transit for you, Sagittarius, will also be responsible for a lot of big transformations that you are making in your life. The other part of this, Sagittarius, is that Jupiter rules 2 houses in your birth chart. It rules over the 1st house, your ascendant, which is your body, your personality, what you show to the outside world, your health, and your 4th house of home, family, mother. And the ascendant going into the 8th house means this is going to be a transformative year for you. You can transform your health by letting go of negative habits, negative patterns, negative family karma. Also a time where you might completely transform your look, new clothing, new hairstyle. Some of you might even want to undergo plastic surgery or other forms of self-improvement. Major weight loss, a major glow up. Remember, even though this is the 8th house, Jupiter in Cancer gives fantastic results. So this can be a very positive transformation that you are undergoing. You can gain through other people's money. An inheritance could be coming to you. Huge gains coming from stocks, bonds, dividends, as well as a court case for some of you. This can also mean that your spouse or partner will be making a lot more money, and therefore it will change your whole lifestyle around. A huge life change is something that is possible for you, and Jupiter in Cancer really does give fantastic results. So this is fantastic if you are stuck, you want to make huge changes in your life. The 4th house going into the 8th can mean a move, moving somewhere, buying property, buying a home, buying a new vehicle, completely transforming the home that you have, redecorating. A complete shift can be happening in your home, within your family. This can, of course, also mean that your mother could be making a huge shift, transformation in her life, or maybe even her financial situation. This can also mean inheritance from the mother, making money through property, through the sale of real estate, inheriting property. This can also mean that your family is getting bigger, expansion in your family, children, grandchildren, new pets. So Sagittarius, if you've been feeling a little bored, Jupiter is going to expand your life and completely change it, completely shift your life around. And you might even go through a psychological shift, because the 8th house is also mystical subjects. It is also our karmic family backlog, the karma that we carry on from other past lives. And this is the time where you could release them, let them go, completely change your ways of thinking. This is a fantastic year, Sagittarius, to make huge transformations in your life, and even with your health, your looks, as well as big transformations within your finances. I hope that this was helpful for you, Sagittarius. Capricorn, Jupiter is going into the sign of Cancer, where it is exalted, and for a full year, from June 10th of this year till June 30th of 2026, it will be transiting your 7th house. This is the house of relationships, business partners, contracts. It is also a business house where we make connections with other people, sign contracts. It's the house of our clients and all close friendships and relationships. Jupiter is a planet of abundance, expansion. It's a planet that will open up new doors for you, new opportunities in this area. On a negative side, we may have so much expansion in a certain area of our life that we are torn in which way to go. And you might actually be feeling like this the first 2 months in June and July, when Jupiter is squaring off with Saturn and Neptune in the sign of Aries. You might feel like you are giving something up or having to give something up, or there may just be a lot of tension between your home life, your family, and your romantic partners, or your jobs, your contracts. But Jupiter here is going to introduce you to the right people, the right business partners. It's a time where you may even win a court case, or your competitors will finally leave you alone. It is a time where if you are single and ready to mingle, you can be introduced to multiple partners that you can have a good time with. Sometimes Jupiter may even end a relationship. If it's not the right one for you, Jupiter will end the relationship so that you can move on to bigger and better things. But this is also a time where some people get married, they get engaged, they take a relationship to the next level. This is a fantastic transit for romance. You can meet a romantic partner that is very aligned with you, very happy, very optimistic, the right one, because Jupiter in Cancer gives a really great results. So if you haven't been able to find the one, you've been single for a while, this can be the year where you really meet somebody you are really aligned with and really fall in love. If there have been problems in an existing relationship, Jupiter's presence in the 7th house can also help smooth things over, help you guys fall in love again, reconnect. This is also a time where if you are married, you are partnered, there could be new and interesting developments in the life of your partner. Maybe they are getting a promotion, they start making more money, and therefore both of your lives are more abundant. You might be introduced to new business partners, so your business can be growing. This is also a time where new clients, customers could be coming to you. So if you work on sales, you work in social media, or you are a business that depends on customers, this is a time where your customer base can be expanding. Jupiter from the 7th is also looking at your 1st house, your 4th house, your 10th house. So really it should be making you more self-confident, more happy, more optimistic. And even though you will have Saturn and Neptune transiting your 4th house, Jupiter and Saturn both looking at this house is actually just saying that there could be a lot of you that are moving, maybe getting a bigger place, moving in with somebody, moving in with a partner. Big emphasis on the home, on the family. Last time that Jupiter was in Cancer was 2013 and half of 2014, 2001 and half of 2002. Just look back at the last time that Jupiter was transiting your 7th house and what was happening. The other part of this is that Jupiter rules 2 houses in your birth chart. And for you, Capricorn, that is the 12th house. This is the house of expenditures, the house of losses, gossip, enemies. It's the house of your mental health, what you do in private behind the scenes. And the third house of neighborhood, siblings, your self-effort, your skill sets. The ruler of the 12th house going into the 7th house can actually mean that people from the past are coming back into your life, or at least trying to come back into your life, rekindling a past relationship. This can also mean that you travel abroad with a partner, a spouse. Maybe you could meet somebody that is foreign, completely different from you. They come from a different country, different background, as the 12th house also rules foreigners and foreign lands, completely ending a bad romantic relationship, a bad connection, so that you could start mingling and meeting new people. This may also mean that you and a partner could be just spending more money going out on account of a spouse or partner. You and your spouse or a romantic partner could be investing your money into long-term investments. The 12th house is also the house of enemies, gossip, our opponents, people who are talking about us. And this going into the 7th house means that you will find out who they are and maybe finally deal with this. All dishonest people, people who talk about you behind your back, will be revealed to you. The 3rd house going into the 7th house means that you are going to be utilizing your skill sets more. You could be promoting yourself, maybe putting yourself out there on social media more, promoting your business, and then you will see a lot more people coming to you, a lot more clients, a lot more contracts, business partnerships. So it's telling me you're going to have to put in some self-effort into gaining more customers, especially if you own a business. This is also saying you might be picking up new skill sets for work and socializing a lot more with people. The 3rd house going into the 7th house does mean that you will be more social with people. You'll be talking a lot more to people. Taking a vacation, a trip with a romantic partner, a spouse, meeting a new romantic partner within your town, within your community, or meeting a romantic partner online through dating apps. You could also be starting a business venture with a sibling. Overall, this is a really, really great transit for you guys, and you're going to be a lot more optimistic as Jupiter is transiting your 7th house, and this is a great opportunity to find romance, take an existing relationship to the next level, gain more customers, more clients, and just socialize more with people. I hope that this was helpful, Capricorn. Aquarius, on June 10th, Jupiter is going into the sign of Cancer. It is exalted in the sign of Cancer, giving you fantastic results over the next year, all the way until June 30th of 2026. Jupiter is staying in your 6th house. This is the house of health. It's the house of competitors, daily routine. It's the house of work, co-workers, as well as the employees that you have if you own a business. And Jupiter going into your 6th house means that you can let go of any negative habits easier. It will just be easier for you to do it, or you will just be inspired to do it. You will want to do it. An expansion in your everyday life, meaning that you could be hiring new employees, and these are going to be very, very good, knowledgeable employees. Better relationship with coworkers. Winning over the competition, because the 6th house is really the house of competition, and right now you can win over the competition a little bit easier. The 6th house is also the house of debt, so it can expand your bills, expand your expenditures, but it doesn't have to be bad at all. Say you own a business and you're hiring new employees, you're hiring people to do things for you. That is just an added expense, but at the same time, it is building your business up. Delegating smaller tasks to other people so that you can focus on the big picture, your work. This can also mean that you find a way to help serve other people, find your calling. If you have been out of work or you are looking for a new job and Jupiter is transiting your 6th house right now, this can mean that you find a job you really like, you really love, so you can also get a promotion at an existing job. But it is really great if you are looking for a new job, new side hustles, new career and work opportunities. And of course, your health. Jupiter can help you transform your health, eating habits, working out, getting organized, and Pluto is now transiting your 1st house, kind of demanding that you transform your life in some way. And for a lot of you, this can start with your health, with organizing your life, with changing up your day-to-day schedule. The last time that Jupiter went into Cancer was June 25th of 2013. So Jupiter was in your 6th house in 2013 and half of 2014. Jupiter was also in your 6th house from July 12th of 2001 and half of 2002. So you may look back and see what blessings Jupiter was bringing into your life then, because it is in the same area yet again. The other part to this, Aquarius, is that Jupiter rules 2 houses in your birth chart: the 11th house of hopes, dreams, groups, friendships, and the 2nd house of the money that you make, your self-worth, your speech, and your possessions. So the 2nd house going into the 6th and Jupiter transiting there means it can expand your bills, expand your expenses. So maybe you are doing things within your business and you are expanding, so your expenses are higher. This can also mean maybe you take on a little bit of debt. Some of you may be expanding your business and hiring new employees, people that work for you or they work for your business. The 11th house going into the 6th house means maybe there is some animosity between you and a friend, between you and a friendship circle. There can also be expenses tied to charity and friendship circles, the clubs that you belong to. You could be joining more groups of friends, more clubs, and paying out money for this. More collaborators within your business. Maybe you and a friend are going on this healthy lifestyle kick together, or you could be joining a group, maybe working out together, a hiking group, going to the gym, joining a Pilates class together, something like that, where you join a group of people in a journey to get healthy. Friends are involved in your day-to-day schedule changing. So you could be making a lot of changes because of a group that you belong to, because of the people that you hang out with. You know what they say, we are who we hang out with. So it could be that your older sibling or one of your friends just sparks this inspiration in you that makes you want to change your schedule, change your life, change your eating habits. Even someone that you look up to, you follow on social media, can finally help you change your life to live a healthier life, better eating habits, better workout regimen. Or through friends and associates, you find a cause, a charity, something that gets you moving, gets you going, something you really believe in, something you want to be a part of. While all Jupiter transits are really positive, the first 2 months, June and July, Jupiter in Cancer is squaring off with Saturn and Neptune in the sign of Aries. This is your 3rd house of skills, initiative, your siblings. So maybe if you and a sibling have been working together, there could be some disputes within a working relationship. This can also be a time where you need to reorganize, reanalyze your skill sets, maybe learn something new, or maybe promote your business, promote yourself in a different way. So there could just be tension. There may be tension with your subordinates, your siblings, maybe even neighbors, or your colleagues, maybe even a feeling that you have to give something up, streamline what it is that you put your attention to in June and July. I hope that this was helpful, Aquarius. Pisces, Jupiter is going into Cancer on June 10th, and all the way until June 30th of 2026, it will be in the sign of Cancer, where it is exalted, giving you fantastic results, the best results it can really give, in your 5th house of children, creativity, romance. So for a lot of you, if you have been single, this can be a time where you fall in love, meet a new romantic partner, and you are having eclipses in your 1st and 7th house as well. So this can really be love for a lot of you. Having children, starting a family with somebody. This can also mean there is new and happy developments in the lives of your children. Maybe your children having children. Pregnancy for some of you. New creative hobbies, new creative ventures. And this is a year of having fun. The 5th house is the house of luck. It's the house of fun, and you can have a lot more joy in your life this year. Find new passions, an outlet for your creativity. New hobbies can come into your life that give your life a lot of meaning. The 5th house is also speculative gains. It's the house of the stock market, gambling, games of chance, and this is a time where you can make money from the stock market. Invest your money and get lucky in that. Invest in just the right stuff that makes you money. It's also a time where you can gain a lot of deep knowledge, deep understanding, maybe in metaphysical subjects. Maybe you are learning something for a new creative hobby that you have found. It's a time that you can gain more clarity, a bigger understanding of things that are harder to understand, harder to explain. This is a fantastic transit for you, Pisces. Jupiter will be expanding opportunities for you to get creative, opportunities for romance. If you have personal planets in the sign of Cancer, Jupiter will also expand and multiply whatever that planet means. If it's Venus, it's money, love. If it's Moon, it's home, family, your mother's life. If it's Sun, it's career, your public image. Your health can be getting better if you've been having problems with your health, or maybe just you feel more alive. Jupiter transiting over your personal planets in your chart is more happiness, more optimism, and of course, it brings new opportunities. If you have Jupiter in the sign of Cancer, that will be your Jupiter return, so that will be an extra lucky year for you. Now, in June and July, Jupiter in Cancer will square Saturn and Neptune in the sign of Aries, so you may have to make a choice by letting go of some creative hobbies or make a choice about what you can afford. There could be a hobby that is just not worth it anymore. It's not financially worth it anymore. Or maybe you have a lot of creative ventures going on and you will actually have to put some aside in order to focus on one that can maybe make you money. There could just be some tension when it comes to your family, your finances, your children, your creativity, and romance. And this square is only for June and July of this year. You could look back at the last time Jupiter was transiting in the sign of Cancer. So 2013 and half of 2014, Jupiter was in Cancer. Starting July 12th, 2001, Jupiter was in Cancer, and that would mean half of 2002, Jupiter was also in the sign of Cancer. What did you experience? Because Jupiter is in the same spot yet again. The other part to this, Pisces, is that Jupiter rules over 2 houses in your birth chart. And for you, it rules over you, your sign, your ascendant, so your body, your health, where you're going in this life. And it rules over your 10th house of career and your public image. So the rulers of these important houses are going into the 5th house of romance, children, creativity, your hobbies, having fun. It's also the house of gambling, the stock market, and even the house of deep knowledge. So for you, this is a very, very important transit, and a very, very lucky transit at that. The 1st house going into the 5th house means that you can have a lot of fun with your children. Your children are a big deal. Some of you even becoming pregnant, becoming parents. 5th house is the house of fun. It's the house of luck, and this can really be a year where you are more happier. You are really having fun on a daily basis. You are more optimistic, and you are even speaking in a more optimistic way to yourself, to others. This is a time where you start new hobbies, new adventures come into your life that make you really, really happy. So if you find some creative outlet this year that's very new to you, just take it upon yourself to really delve into it a little bit more. This is a time for fun, hanging out with friends, children, romance, creativity. A time to really delve into your passions, find a new passion. Of course, let's not forget, this is the house of romance, love, literally falling in love, being in love, having a chance to date, maybe even multiple relationships for some of you. Because remember, Jupiter, not only does it expand and open a lot of doors, but a lot of times it multiplies these opportunities. The 10th house going into the 5th house means that you can start a business from a hobby, creating a business out of something that you love. This can also mean that your creative efforts will be recognized, taken in very well by the public. The public can see your art, your creation, or you gain a position within a company that is more creative. A position where you could really use your creativity. I hope that you found this helpful, Pisces. Like and subscribe for more.